we gonna hold this? Oh God. Hey, Hawaii. Oh no. Oh, okay.
This is my brother from another mother. It's the mustache. Oof, this weather here is awful. So just got to Orlando and I'm gonna be filming a bit of a vlog for you guys. I'm attending the Coaching Con conference here in Orlando, hosted by the Nutritional Coaching Institute. And it's something I've never done before. I've never gone to an in-person event where I don't know anyone. So I'm very excited to share that experience with you. I wanted to share a little bit about the travel, how that goes for me, and how I try to stay on my routine when I do so. I am prepping for a meet, so I have some things that I need to get done every day to make sure that I'm moving towards my goals. The airport was crazy this morning. I didn't really want to film at 4 a.m. and then our flight was delayed. And then it was probably the worst flight experience of my life. It was such bad turbulence that one of the flight attendants puked all over the back of the plane. So that was absolutely hilarious. First thing I did when I landed, got in my rental car, drove to the nearest Walmart Supercenter, got some groceries for the weekend. I'll show you the grocery haul when we get back to the hotel. The next thing I did is I grabbed the coffee and I drove to the gym. I'm gonna be training at Kissimmee Muscle the whole time I'm here. The gym is amazing. It's world famous for a reason. So I drove here, did some cardio, did some mobility to shake off the rust after the travel and sitting on a plane in a cramped seat. As you can probably imagine, at 250 pounds is not the most comfortable thing. I also have one of my meals that I prepped. So I prepped 3 meals this morning, ate 2 on the plane, went, did the cardio, have the next meal here, and then I will show you what I'm gonna be eating for the rest of the trip. It's gonna be really bare bones, but if I wanna hit my macros and make sure that I'm doing the things I need to do, it doesn't always have to be fancy, it just has to work. So we'll catch you at the hotel. Made it back to the hotel, groceries in tow, all checked in, situated, and I'm gonna give you a bit of a rundown of how I prepare when I travel, how I go about getting groceries, and what I did to prep my supplements and all my vitamins and things like that to make sure that I can stay on plan while I'm away. So the first thing I do when I'm home, before I even leave, usually the night before travel, is I'll put together all the supplements that I'm gonna need for the time away. What I actually did is I went to Michael's and I got a little craft kit and I put basically enough pills of each supplement that I'm gonna need while I'm away. So I've got my multivitamin, digestive enzymes, curcumin, vitamin D, I got vitamin K2, zinc, magnesium, CoQ10, NAC, bergamot, astragalus, some magnesium, like I said, and some fish oil. So all the supplements that I'm gonna need for my trip are here. No muss, no fuss, I have everything I need. It also fits really, really easily into my luggage. I'm here for 4 days and I didn't have to check a bag. The other thing is, I put together my greens powder and my glutamine here. So 4 of those. I put together my nighttime supplements because I take a shake before I go to bed. My morning supplement, which is like a digestive drink with some glutamine and creatine and a digestive aid because I'm still dealing with some digestive issues. On an ongoing basis, it's improved a tremendous amount. Potentially a video to make in the future, but for now, let's just stick with what we're doing. I also have all of my intra-workout nutrition. I brought some pre-workout, I brought protein powder, and I also brought some milled flaxseed, which I like to put in my cream of rice and my oatmeal just for some additional fiber. Now, every hotel room I've ever stayed in has a fridge. Not all of them have a microwave. A travel hack for getting a microwave, if you don't have one in your room, Instacart. A microwave from Target is about $30. Pay the Instacart fee, have it delivered. The other thing is, in my haste to leave, I actually forgot to bring a food scale. So I Instacarted a food scale along with that. It seems over the top, but when you want to stay on plan, you have to do some things that are a little bit out of the norm. Think outside the box, solve problems. So when I go to the grocery store, I try to keep things as simple as possible. So what I have here is an assortment of the food that I got. So I get some frozen vegetables. I love this Normandy mix. And what I'll do is I'll leave this out so it can thaw. Pre-cooked fajita steak, very low fat cut of steak actually. For one serving, it's only 2.5 grams of fat. and 18 grams of protein. So this is fantastic. Just microwave, which the microwave is Instacarted, and we're ready to go. Some Tyson grilled chicken strips. These are actually delicious, and sometimes Liv and I even buy them when we're not traveling because they're so good. And again, same thing, low fat, 2.5 grams of fat, 21 grams of protein per serving. Oranges, I'm here for 4 days, 4 oranges. Jasmine rice, so Uncle Ben's microwavable jasmine rice. Based on my macros right now, each one of these packets is a serving. So I get one for each of the meals that I'm gonna eat while I'm here. I'm here for 4 days. I usually do 2 meals with rice, maybe 3. So I have 8 of these. I may go to the grocery store and buy more because I have to commute to Miami in a couple of days. So I'll probably buy some more at that point. 2 of my favorite condiments, Melinda's black truffle hot sauce, and then sweet and spicy mustard. Also have travel salt. I didn't want to buy a salt shaker here, so we have an extra one at the house, so I brought that with me. Cream of rice, oatmeal, almond butter. I also grabbed some few things in the fridge already. We have some frozen zucchini, pineapple, some strawberries, hard-boiled eggs, and Greek yogurt. Also for fasted cardio, got some Ghost energy drinks. And honestly, guys, this is everything you need to eat while you're traveling and stay on plan. It took me an extra 20 minutes on the way to the hotel to stop at the Walmart and then a little Instacart order. And now I know I'm gonna be on track for my whole trip. I don't have to eat out and I can make sure I hit my macros and stay on track for my goals. I do wanna make one final point here before I put my camera away and go check in at the conference. You don't have to do these things. These are things that I'm choosing to do. This is a period in my life where I'm trying to be a little bit more regimented with my nutrition. Oftentimes when Liv and I travel and we're doing it for pleasure, like we're going to a new city or going on vacation, we won't do this. We'll go and we'll get the bare minimum, some fruit, some vegetables, a little bit of protein, but we will eat out and we will enjoy the cuisine wherever we are at. This is a business trip for me. I'm trying to make this as normal and routine as possible. I've even got my computer set up, little mini office, all the cables and cords that I need for video uploads, client check-ins, everything. I'm trying to keep this like a work day as much as I can with the conference interspersed in between. So these things that I'm doing are not necessities for most people most of the time, but in this instance, for me, knowing I have my nutrition taken care of, it eases the anxiety of travel, especially since I'm traveling alone. It's much easier to travel when Olivia is with me, but when she's not, I try to stick to my routine as closely as possible to ease that anxiety that I do have about traveling. So before you look at this and you think, wow, that's a lot of work just for travel, yeah, it is, but it's important to me. And if it's important to you, I'm providing some solutions for you to avoid the roadblocks that most people find when traveling. But if it's not something that you want to do or that you're willing to do, that's totally okay as well. I start my day with, I call it my digestive drink, but it's essentially a liter of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 20 grams of glutamine, 5 grams of creatine, and then 1 scoop of a supplement called GI Restore, which is aimed for helping to heal my gut. So I've been dealing with IBS or irritable bowel syndrome for a while now, and it's caused me a lot of issues, especially when traveling, especially when stressed. So I'm traveling and I'm at a conference, so the stress is a little bit higher. Still trying to get my work done and enjoy the day and networking and learning as much as I can. So having something like this in play right now, it's not something I have in play all the time in terms of the GI Restore supplement. The glutamine and creatine and salt every morning is something I do every day. But adding in the additional gut health supplement is something that I found very helpful to help soothe my gut and keep things a bit calm. Last thing I want is to be bloated and gassy walking around a conference all day. So I'm going to have a little bit of caffeine. I'm going to get some work done here for about an hour, and then I'm going to head down and do some cardio. So that's my morning. I'll catch you in a little bit. So I ended up working a little bit longer than I wanted to. I got my cardio in, had a shower, made some breakfast. Typical hotel breakfast, I have 80 grams of oats, a scoop of protein, 150 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, and about 150 grams of pineapple with 20 grams of almond butter. I also have some zucchini in the microwave right now, and that's it going off. So I'm gonna slam this, prep some other food for the day, get a little bit more work done, and head down. I think they're calling it the opening ceremonies, is at 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna head down for that, listen to a few speakers this morning, and then I've got some meetings in the afternoon. So probably not gonna be around in the afternoon here at the conference. I'll have my meetings and then I'll go train and then come back for some of the speakers this evening. So just bringing you along for the ride. I'm with my friend, Jared Hamilton, and I'm gonna just ask him a few questions right off the top. He did it to me, so I'm returning the favor.
Like, what if I was so obsessed on making like $100,000 a year, I missed out on a $500,000 opportunity? Right? More of a novice in jiu-jitsu, they're like, no, I have to be in this position, but their percentage is dropping, then they end up submitting or losing the match. It's the same thing in business.
Last question, if there's one thing that you could tell a young coach who wanted to take their business to the next level, what would it be?
Find someone who has what you want and lock arms with them and pay them a lot of money. Like, and I'm not just saying.
All right, just finished the morning of talks. We got to listen to Jason Phillips presenting, so he's the host of the conference, Jen Gottlieb, who's a social media wizard, and Chris Powell, who was on Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition. And it was really interesting to listen to these speakers. I want to promote to you guys the importance of keeping an open mind at a conference like this. I came here with the goal of learning as much as I could about marketing within the fitness industry. So far, I haven't been able to come away with a lot of actionables because the presentations have been more storytelling oriented. So instead of being attached to the goal of marketing and actionable items, my ability to keep an open mind is allowing me to still pull value. How are these people telling stories? How are they able to convey information? How are they able to get the buy-in of the audience? I am in the business of public speaking. I'm in the business of trying to create content. So what can I learn about these people who have been doing this for a very long time and are very proficient at it to help me improve my channel? So while I'm not getting the type of advice or the type of actionable information that I was looking for so far, I'm still getting a lot of take-home information that will help me do a better job of this new stream of interest, which is content creation. So I actually have to prep for a mentorship call of my own. So I have my group mentorship that I run every Thursdays at 1 p.m. I'm gonna prep for that, then have some food and then go train, step away a little bit, try to recharge my batteries and get a workout in. And then I'll come back and do the networking events and the last couple speakers this evening. All right, one hell of a day one. And we're waking up on day two. Didn't get a chance to do much filming in the evening with the speakers and the social. I did get a workout in, missed a couple speakers, but I needed to train. Sometimes social environments do drain me, so I knew I needed to go move my body, and that would kind of reset me. And I was able to actively participate and be present. Got to podcast with my friend Jared Hamilton, so check out his channel at Jared Hamilton, and you'll see a new podcast with me. We actually filmed it in his room. It was really cool. He had a whole bunch of lighting set up, 3 cameras, very highly produced podcast. A lot different than ours, but ours is still good, guys. So it's 5:50 a.m. I've been up for about 15-20 minutes, just kind of getting myself sorted, had my digestive drink. Now I'm gonna get a little bit of work done, get some cardio in, and there's a break in the evening around 5:30. So I'll probably go train this evening. And then tomorrow morning, we're waking up and we're heading to Miami for a bit of a surprise. So I'm gonna get some work done, head down, do some cardio, and then I'll touch base with you guys in a bit. All right, cardio's done, had a shower, ate my breakfast, did a little bit more work, and made another meal. So the meal that I prepared for the first bit of the day is going to be, you can see there, very simple. All it is Uncle Ben's rice, some pre-cooked steak strips, and some frozen veggies. And we're off for the day. Hopefully there's some great speakers. I'll be here all day, and then I'm actually going to go train in the evening. My plan was to train earlier this morning, but the podcast last night finished up super late. So gonna go train in the evening and hit some bench. I'll go back to Kissimmee Muscle, and hopefully it's not too busy. Hey everyone, I'm here at Coaching Con 2024 with a great friend of mine, Andrew Coates. Andrew is an internationally published author in the fitness industry, and I wanted to ask him a few questions about writing and how you can get started in writing. So, Andrew, what would be one piece of advice that you would give someone who's looking to get published on, say, T Nation or Elite FTS? They want to get into the big publications. Where do they start?
Number one, you actually have to practice writing. So I'm going to be blunt here. Going to editors of these publications saying, hey, I got a really great story. How do I get featured in this stuff? They're going to laugh at you, or they're going to politely tell you they're not interested or they're not going to respond. Like, it doesn't work that way. Everybody wants in there because there's potentially a lot of value in being in those things. They have an oversupply of people interested, so they get to be picky. And you have to come at it through the lens of what's in it for the editor that makes the editor's job easier, and what's in it for the audience.
Man, so I'm fucking terrible at this vlogging thing, but I'm giving it a try. The end of the seminar for me today, it's 5 a.m. I am in the car, all packed, heading to drive to Ghost Gym, Miami. The seminar itself, for me, I made it about the networking. I made it about the experience, meeting people, and trying to learn as much as I could about the way people communicate, the way that they get people to buy into their story. There wasn't as much tactical information as I was looking for, but overall the people there were extremely kind, extremely enthusiastic, and I feel like most of them genuinely wanted to help people, which made me really happy. So the reason I'm leaving the conference early, there is one more day of the conference, but I'm leaving early because I have a client competing in the Ghost Clash today, which is a massive powerlifting meet in Miami. So I'm gonna drive down, I'm gonna surprise her. She has no idea that I'm coming. I know she's really nervous, so I'm hoping that she's excited that I'm there to watch her squat. And then I'm gonna be going to the Battle Axe Gym. The Battle Axe Gym hosts Miami's Baddest. It's a strongman competition that they host every year here in Kendall, Florida at CrossFit Kendall. It's one of the biggest shows in the state, and my best friend, Michael De La Pava, is hosting it. He also has no idea that I'm coming, so I'm coming down to surprise him. Stick with me on the journey, and let's get this drive started. It's about 3.5 hours to Miami. Guys, I've been doing a terrible job with this vlog, but we made it to Miami's Baddest. Here, I surprised my buddy Mike. He was super stoked to see me, and we're just gonna be hanging around at the strongman competition, and I'll take you in, show you around, and see what it looks like.
Hey, how are you? Oh, no? Okay.
This is my brother from another mother, Mike De La Pava,
How are you?
Miami's Baddest.
Yes.
What does this competition mean for you?
So it's funny you said that. I just mentioned this at the beginning where it actually was just a labor of love. And then it started to correlate with a lot of parts of my life, from losing my friend, losing another friend, issues with families, and just pushing through a lot of adversity would almost always happen around this time of year. And that was probably my favorite part, is to show that life goes on and we push forward. So the show became a lot more than just putting on a strongman competition, but instead about persevering through other issues. And the sport of strongman really means that. I know it sounds cliche and in some essence overly emotional, but everything happens. And I said it earlier, my mom was in the ER last night, and I woke up, I called her, I checked on her, and she's here, and we're putting on that effort no matter what. And like I said, my best friend's anniversary is in 2 days, and not to make it too personal, but that's the reality, and that's why this means so much to me. To watch all these guys have a reason and a show and a way to express perseverance is why it continues to be a labor of love.
So I knew all that, and it's actually the reason I wanted to come to celebrate with you today. I've never been to Miami's Baddest. I hear about it every year, and to be here is so special, to see this community. As a coach, having your lifters compete here, that's got to feel pretty special.
It does, actually. It's like nerve-wracking and the highest level of anxiety, but also just watching them push through and yell and get this, the roar of the crowd is amazing. It's emotional, really. I just wait till I get home, like a good shower cry. That's what yeah, not here though,
Man, I'm so happy to be here. I'll get more video for you guys, and we're just gonna spend the whole day here hanging out, talking to the people, and then we fly home tomorrow morning. So we'll catch you in a bit.
And when are you looking at houses? Yeah, when do you move to
I've already started looking at houses.
Yeah!
Something that will not cripple me financially.
Not Miami. So not Miami.
A cardboard box on the corner in Opelika will probably be
That's
sufficient.
funny.
What's up, guys? I'm sitting here with Bearded Villains 305. They're raising money for something called Villain's Wish, and something that I honestly believe very deeply in is helping others. Service is something very close to my heart, and these guys devote everything that they do to the service of others in their community. So, what is Villain's Wish?
Villains Wish is basically, it's powered by Bearded Villains Miami, and it's our foundation where we grant wishes to kids at Nicholas Children's Hospital. Basically like a Make-A-Wish, just through us. We're kind of hands-on with what we do. And along with granting a wish for the family, we also, help them out during the year, whether it be with, sending them on different type of vacations, or maybe giving the kids some gifts or anything that they may need while they're going through the cancer treatments.
So, how would somebody donate to Villain's Wish if they wanted to donate?
Go to bv305.com, once again, bv305.com, and there's going to be a donation link, and even if it's a dollar goes a long way.
And there's a specific person that you're donating to today through Miami's Baddest. Can you tell us a little bit about that little girl?
Camila. Camila's a beautiful young lady who came through us through one of our brothers, whose son also has been going through his issues with cancer, and she's dealing with a cancer in the brain. She's been dealing with it for a while. So what we're doing now is, not only did we just team up with the Miami Heat to be able to grant her wish to become a Miami Heat dancer. That was her dream. They made her an honorary member, actually. We're also gonna go ahead and send her to Orlando. She's a big animal fanatic, so we're gonna send her to Animal Kingdom. That way she can get the experience one-on-one with all the animals.
That's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for what you do. It's a pleasure to be an honorary part of the family, and we'll keep things
beard,
coming.
but still big beard,
Shoot, it's the mustache. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how special it was for me to be at Miami's Baddest and see Mike do his thing and have that community of lifters, that energy. It was something really, really special. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. There's a bit of a lull in the day. I've got about an hour to kill, so I came to Starbucks, my favorite place, to get a coffee, get some work done on the laptop, and then meet up with everybody for some food. So I made it back home. We're in Houston, and it was a really interesting trip. It was very much a learning opportunity for me. It definitely wasn't the type of conference I thought I was going to be attending, and I really had to work to make the most of it. I could have easily been discouraged, and I could have easily written off the trip as a waste, but I managed to make some phenomenal connections. I managed to learn a lot about the art of public speaking, and I lined up a number of podcast guests so you guys can look forward to seeing those people on. The trip to Miami after the conference was amazing. To be able to spend that time with Mike, Battle Axe Gym, Miami's Baddest, and see that community was something special. I think the grassroots of sport, that community, local competition is something that really builds the sport. And I wish more light was shined on those people who really devote their energy to it. So I was glad that even though my channel is small, I was able to give Mike a little bit of give Mike his flowers, let him know that he's doing a great job. And also to be able to raise some awareness for Villain's Wish and BV 305 was special to me as well. Traveling does take a lot out of me, and traveling alone is especially hard. Liv is someone who takes a lot of pressure off me, helps me remain calm, and is much better at planning than me. So to be able to make it home in one piece was pretty great. We're here in Houston for another 5 days. It's Sunday now. Friday we leave on our trip back home, and we're going to be vlogging that together. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoyed this vlog, although I doubt you did, and I doubt you're still watching, but please make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I promise I'll be better next time.